Hey guys, just wanted to give you a little tutorial on how I mix my homemade chalk paint. Working on risers and making the feet for them right now, so that's what you're seeing here. And you know, let me just say this up front, that I really hope my fanciness doesn't put you off, because I am nothing if not a fashion plate with the way I do things. I mean we're all fancied up here, so you know, I don't have time to be fancy, you guys. Okay, so this is how this goes. I have here a can of Behr Premium Plus interior flat paint in, again with the fancy, Palace White. That's not the way I would spell Palace, and I'm not even sure if it's how it's pronounced. P-A-L-A-I-S. Palace? I don't know. Anyways, Palace White. Okay, so this was a gallon. I'm going to just assume that there is 1 quart left in there, because I know I have done this 3 times. I've used 3 quarts out here. It might be a little more, it might be a little less. I'm not going to let that worry me, because I don't care. So there's my paint. Again, it's flat paint. You can do this with any color paint you want, as long as it's flat. I get the least expensive, and I'll get it when it's on sale. So I really like this paint and primer in one, Behr, that I get from Home Depot. Okay, so then what I have in this bowl is 1 cup of calcium carbonate. I get this on Amazon. This is a 5-pound bag, and I think I paid $19 or $20 for it. It does last me quite a long time. I mean, it's going to depend on, you know, how often you're mixing paint, but it lasts quite a long time. So they have their own directions on the package, how to do it. They say 1 to 2 cups of calcium carbonate powder. I go with 1. I just use 1 cup. That works fine for me. So I've got 1 cup of the calcium carbonate powder, my very fancy glass of water. It's so fancy, okay? Anyways. And my fancy mixing spoon, left here by one of the grandkids, and it found its way to my workroom. Okay, and this is actually warm water. I use warmer, on the bag it says hot water. I just use warm water. So you put the calcium carbonate powder in there, add some water, and start mixing. I used to actually have a wire whisk in here in my workroom. I think it broke. I don't know, but this works fine, and you just have to work with it, get it stirred up, just keep stirring. And what you want is, you want it to be kind of a creamy consistency, kind of like, I don't know, like ranch dressing, you know? So it's really better to add a little bit of water at a time. I kind of got a little aggressive here, and I might have added a little too much water to start, but I've still got some powder down in there. I can feel it. No, I think it's going to be okay. This might be a little bit thinner than I would normally do it. Let's just see. I'm just going to stir this up really good. Don't really think I'm going to need any more water. So normally what I would do, if I didn't have just 1 quart left in the can, so let's say you're starting with a 1 quart can of paint, okay? What I would do is especially if it's a brand new can of paint, I would probably get a plastic quart bucket like you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot that has the measurements on it, and I would pour that quart into that plastic bucket with the lid. I love those. I use those a lot. If I had one handy, I would show you right now, but I don't want to go look for one. So sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Anyways, so this is still kind of thin. So I'm just going to add a little bit more powder to it, because I'd really like it to be the consistency that I normally do it, just so you know what I'm talking about. I hope you're not busy and doing anything else, since I'm, taking my sweet time here. Anyways, all right, so this is feeling a little bit better. I really can't, I don't recommend using a little rubber silicone baby spoon. It's what I had. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I know I watch a lot of tutorials like this, and they'll use their finest china and their finest little stirring spoons, and they would never show their rusty can. And That's real life, you guys. I'm sorry. It's just, I am who I am. I am who I am, and it's all that I am. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's kind of creamy, and it's like ranch dressing. I mean, I would consider that. I mean, some ranch dressings might be a little thick. Let's call it generic ranch dressing, if you will. Anyways, that's just nice. So now I've stirred up my paint already. I'm gonna get this water out of the way just so I don't accidentally spill it on my electronics. That would be great. And then I'm just going to pour this into the paint. So that's about a quart of paint. And that ends up being about, a cup and not quite a third of the calcium carbonate powder. It's not an exact science, you guys. Don't not do things. Cindy speaks English type 2. Don't put off doing things just because you're worried that you're not going to do it perfectly, or that you're worried that it has to be this exact. For this, it doesn't have to be exact. Oh dear, did you see that splash out of there? Okay, it missed the microphone. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness, I have to be more careful. Anyways, stir it all up, and now we have chalk paint. There you go. It is literally as simple as that. So this can of paint, I think I paid, it's been such a long time, but I want to say I paid right around $20 for this can of paint. Might have even been less because I know I got it on sale. And I paid $20 for that bag of calcium carbonate, which I only used 1 1/3. So let's say for this whole can, I would use basically 4 cups of that calcium carbonate for this whole can. And like I said, I mean, that's a 5-pound bag. I don't know how many cups are in there, but anyways, I'm trying to do the math and it's hurting my brain. Let's just say this is much less expensive than buying pre-made chalk paint. It's not as convenient. I'll say that. It is definitely not as convenient. I'm gonna try to wipe that paint off of there that I splashed on there because my husband uses this for making his videos. Sorry, honey. I didn't mean to make a mess. As he's watching this, he's looking, yeah, well, I'm used to it. Okay, so chalk paint is made. Easy peasy. There you go. Homemade chalk paint. Ta-da!